So this could be old news by the time that you guys see this video, but there is rumor that a legendary writer-artist may be returning to Marvel. If you want to know who I'm talking about, stay tuned to this video. Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. So there is a rumor that the legendary writer, artist, creator John Byrne may be returning to Marvel. And I say it's a rumor. It is based upon a couple of things. John recently attended a con in Boston where he talked about a fun project that he was working on involving the X-Men. His comments and I think also some of his artwork caught the attention of the current editor-in-chief of Marvel, who sent John an email saying, "I love it, let's talk about it." And so who knows whether Marvel and John are going to kiss up and make up and let bygones be bygones and allow these two entities to work together again. But we can hope. We can hope that it could happen. John Byrne left Marvel in 2001 after the then editor-in-chief actually canceled his X-Men series, a profitable X-Men series that John was working on. He was doing both the art and the writing. They decided to cancel it, and he was not very happy about that and was not shy about saying it. And he actually left Marvel in 2001, and I don't believe that he has worked with Marvel since then. But prior to that, John had an amazing career, not just at Marvel, but he also did some things at DC and several other companies. But while at Marvel, he had an opportunity to work on a ton of different titles. In addition to working on the Hulk, She-Hulk, Namor, the Submariner, Iron Man, Alpha Flight, he also did a lot of work for the Fantastic Four and also the X-Men. I believe that he joined the X-Men around issue number 108, and around issue number 114, he actually started co-plotting the series with Chris Claremont. And so he, with Chris, have had a huge impact on the landscape as it relates to not just the X-Men, but several other titles out there. But while he was working on the X-Men, John co-created with Chris several characters, including Kitty Pryde, Emma Frost, Sabretooth, Shadow King, Bishop, Omega Red, and Rachel Summers, just to name a few individuals. But his impact was broad and it was widespread. This guy is and was a legend. So only time will tell whether Marvel and John will be able to come together. I'm excited about the possibility of it, right? The title that John's been working on, the fun title that he's been writing and also drawing, is called X-Men Elsewhere. And supposedly this series kind of picks up with the Uncanny X-Men where he essentially left it, I think back in like the 80s when he stopped working on the X-Men. And it does not take into account many of the changes and modifications that Jim Shooter actually made to the title. And so it kind of picks up where Chris and John left things. So I'm excited about the possibility of seeing this thing come to life. I do believe that Chris Claremont has recently returned to Marvel, and I think he's working on, I think it's called X-Men Black, that's due out, I want to say October, September time frame. And so if Chris can come back, my hope is that John will be able to make a comeback as well and bring some of his amazing talents along with him. I'm curious whether you guys have heard about this rumor. I'm curious if you have any thoughts about the impact that his return could potentially have on the X-Men universe, the Marvel universe as a whole, but then also is there any impact that could happen on his old books that he worked on? I know I personally jumped on eBay as soon as I heard the news and started looking at some of his old books, realizing that I did not have the entire run that he worked on. And so I'm curious if there could be some positive things that could happen with his original work that he did for Marvel, specifically on the Uncanny X-Men. So I'm curious what you guys think. Certainly, I thank you in advance for watching this video, but I also want to thank you for any comments that you may leave on this video.